Hey, good morning and welcome. I'm Karen, this Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. Today is Monday, and this is our daily reading. I'm going to try to keep Captain off the table here best I can. And let's see. I'm going to use, did I say I'm going to use the Somnia Tarot for the reading and the original edition for clarifying. So let's get started, guys. Okay. Current situation. Four of Pentacles here. I don't know if that's upside down or not. That for present influence, the Star, future influence, the Devil, unexpected, Eight of Wands, what we don't see, Queen of Cups, and challenge, Ten of Cups, strength, King of Wands. Where does this lead? Five of Wands. Thought we had that yesterday. Ace of Cups, Two of Swords. You got to make a decision here. The Knight of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. So this does feel a little to me like maybe there's, I don't feel, okay, for some reason I'm not, I a lot of times see this as someone coming in, but I'm not necessarily getting someone, but I'm getting like something coming in and changing, something happening that's changing your direction. And I feel like it's kind of like sudden. And I don't think it's like necessarily unexpected. It's at the bottom of the deck, but that's kind of where, what's happening with the reading here. So we've got Four of Pentacles in the current situation, which is coming from this Star card. So the Star is in our present influence, which is telling us that what we're holding on to is we still have our dreams and hopes, and we're not letting go of that. We are going to hold on to that. And even though I feel like this Knight of Swords has kind of put some kind of energy where you feel like you may need to go in a different direction, you're still going to hold on to what you really want, which is that Star card. And let's clarify the Star card. Let's see what that is. It's going to be different for everybody a little bit, so please take this as it resonates. We all don't have the same dreams, right? So what is the Star, please? Three of Wands, King of Wands, Ten of Cups. So this, okay, interesting. The Ten of Cups and the King of Wands are in our challenge and our strength. And we just got these as a clarifier. And they came out in a different order, but that's what's happening here. Like, this is what you want. So this Three of Wands is, you want to see something coming together, and it has to do with feeling fulfilled. And I feel like the King here is designating not necessarily someone. It could be for some of you. And if it is, it's someone who's very passionate and motivated and has a lot of energy. But I feel like it also could be you trying to bring that back and that leading you to a more confident self. So in this Star, yeah, you may be wishing for a relationship for some of you. But more importantly, I feel like you're wishing for comfort within yourself, not necessarily counting on someone to give that to you. That's the feeling I'm getting with the Three of Wands. Like, you see it coming together. And that's what the Knight of Swords is too, kind of like, but I feel like more importantly, you're holding on to, no, I need this, and I need to be fulfilled, and I need that energy of that King of Wands. And I feel like the Star is saying that you're seeing this come together with that Three of Wands. And I like that. And look, the Star is at the bottom of the deck after I shuffled the clarifier. So that's pretty cool too. The Four of Pentacles is the current situation. I think that makes sense. I'm not going to clarify it. You're holding on to that. So you're in a holding pattern. You're saying, I'm not going to let go of my dreams. I am going to hold on to them. And like, this tells me that you want to figure out how to make that work, right? So this is, I feel like it's really good. Now, what you don't, excuse me. The future influence is the Devil. And that is really I feel like, okay, so the lovers can be choices. I feel like the devil can be choices too. And we have the Two of Swords where this all leads, but I feel like this is like that energy of, am I just stuck on this or is this what I really want? That's the feeling I'm getting from this devil. Like, considering it's an influence and not necessarily a predictive, but this energy will be influencing you here next few days, next couple days. Tell me about the devil, please. I feel like it's that. I feel like it's, let's see. Tell me about the devil. Ten of Pentacles, Wheel, Star. So this would be an energy that you are attached to, like a belief. It could be a person, but it's definitely something you're attached to. That I feel like with that Ten of Pentacles with the Wheel, it's like, okay, it's reached a certain, not end, but it's reached a specific level, and now it's time to move forward. And again, we're going back to the star. So this is something that's important to you, and it is something that is part of what you've been dreaming for. Now, I feel like the devil is the way you're going after it. Like, should I change the way I'm going after it? I'm attached to this certain behavior, or not even perspective, like how action oriented, like this is the normal action I would take, and I'm kind of attached to that action. Maybe I should let go of that action. But, and that would be like, that's what the moving on is. Like the wheel is going away from that. So I do feel like that devil is more insight. That's what's going to be influencing you. You're going to be understanding more about that attachment and how you go after your dreams, and maybe that needs to change. Um, that's the feeling I'm getting. And look, the Three of Wands showed up, so there's that. We have the Queen of Cups in What You Don't See. You know, I feel like what you really don't realize is these changes are going to help you be more fulfilled and be more um, empathetic to yourself. What you don't realize is that, or see right now, or yeah, is that energy of, I'm doing all of this for me and it's working, but you don't see it yet. Because, you know, when we're doing things and we don't see the changes right away. We don't visually see them. They're not in our face. It's like, you know, I use losing weight because I can identify with that a lot. Is like, you start losing weight and it's showing on the scale. You could be down 10 pounds and look in the mirror and not change. So you don't see those changes right away, because in the mirror you're used to seeing this other person, the one that's heavier, and so you don't really notice those pounds coming off. And that's the same type of thing. You're not really noticing these changes that are happening. You're They're happening again, but you don't necessarily see them. We have the Eight of Wands and the unexpected. I'm going to clarify this one right away because, you know, Eight of Wands can be a lot of different things. I overall get the feeling that it's a message that might come in unexpectedly. It could be an energy. It could be an opportunity. I don't see opportunity as much with eight because I see that more with like an ace, but it can be. So tell me about this Eight of Wands, please, in unexpected. Strength, judgment, and justice. Okay, those are all majors. And the judgment we had at the bottom of the deck yesterday. Strength, you know, courage. This is something you've been waiting for and holding on to with that strength. So this message, I feel like it is a message of some sort. It could be even, you know, an intuitive message. It could be a literal text message. It could be a message that you read that's not maybe even intended for you, but makes you realize what's happening here. Because I feel like has something to do with something that you've been holding on to and being strong about. Like you've had to put like a lot of strength into this, and it's been really hard. And it has to do with the renewal of something, or even not even just that, but like we talked yesterday with the judgment, is like, really feeling like you're coming around to something, like feeling reborn, like that energy. But the justice here is telling me that that has a lot to do with understanding. I don't feel like this is the right thing. I feel like this justice is an understanding and coming to the realization of what's really happening in a situation. And that's the Eight of Wands. That's that message. That's what's happening here. So I feel like you're going to learn something with that Eight of Wands about this this thing that's happening now. It again, because it's not necessarily someone, we're not necessarily all dealing with someone. Some of us are dealing with just changes in our own life. That message could come in a lot of different ways. It could be even that you see your reaction to something and go, oh my gosh, or like I said, it might not even be intended for you specifically, but it comes into light for you. We have the 10 of Cups in the challenge, and this is about being fulfilled. There's something here about the challenge is becoming fulfilled, and filling up all your cups and saying, okay, like you don't feel like this is easily obtainable, or can it be obtained at all? So tell me more about this 10 of Cups in our challenge. What is this 10 of Cups? The Devil, the Two of Swords, and the Chariot. Yeah, you're not sure here. Yeah, that's the problem. It has to do with those thoughts that you're holding on to, how you feel, or what your actions that you don't tend to let go of or don't change. The Two of Swords is understanding that you need to make a decision, which is, I feel like ultimately what this 10 is saying is, to be fulfilled, I need to make a choice. And that choice is whether to move forward or not. And how am I going to be fulfilled? So it's not necessarily the 10 of Cups. It's yes, that's a challenge, being fulfilled, but the challenge comes from a decision that you need to make. And the challenge is just identifying what really will fulfill you. If I make this decision, is it really what I want? And is this really what's going to fulfill me? Or is it this other thing? And I think you're struggling with that because, again, we keep having that devil, and that devil can also say that this is not really good for you, but it makes you feel good, so you tend to go that way. Now, it's not necessarily drugs or anything like that, but it's that kind of energy of instant gratification, so to speak, and feeling like it's going to heal when it may not. You have the King of Wands in the Strength, and this energy I want to see too. Like for some of you, this could be somebody, and for some of you, it's just having that energy of passion and excitement and motivation. You have it. I feel like it's there, and that's what you have to reach for in this situation. Tell me more about this King of Wands, please. Let's see. Two of Cups, King of Wands, Star. Okay, so this could very well be someone that you're thinking about. I got the Two of Cups there. So whatever is it, some kind of relationship. It could be with yourself, but then there has the King of Wands again. So that's clarifying the King of Wands and the Star. So this goes back to our present influence. This is what I really hope for. So there's something here that's coming around now. I feel like because it's in your strength that you understand exactly what you need. You want to be comforted, and you want to have something that's fulfilling. Again, it doesn't have to be a relationship. And that will it come from, who it's going to come from, the King of Wands. Now, keep in mind, that could be the King of Wands in you, or it could be someone else. Again, we're doing a collective reading, so it's going to be different. But the Star is the key, because that's what you really wish for, what you really want. And it's coming around. It really is. it's coming around. So where does this all lead? We've got the Five of Wands, Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, or Ace of Cups, Two of Swords. So there's the conflict and then a new beginning, a new, I feel like you're going to feel like your cup's full after this Five of Wands conflict within your, I think that's within yourself. But once you get this Ace of Cups, you're going to have to make that decision. And that decision also came up in our challenge. So there is going to be a point where you're going to have to make a choice on which direction to go in and what's the best for you to reach that 10 of Cups. So we've got the Five of Wands, and that's conflict. Let's clarify the Five of Wands. What is this Five of Wands, please? Tell me about the Five of Wands. Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, Page of Cups. So there is going to be a feeling of moving forward with this Two of Wands. Ace of Wands is kind of like a new beginning, and it's coming from the Page of Cups. The conflict is whether you want to do this or not. So this does come in and it feels good, right? It feels really good, but you're like, okay, this, now I don't know what to do. And that's going to be like, how much energy do I really want to give this Page of Cups? Because I feel like it hasn't worked in the past. Again, we talked about doing the same thing over and over again. Didn't work in the past. Is it going to work moving forward? And that's kind of where that Five of Wands lies, is, ugh, do I really want to give this all my attention? Then we've got the Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning here. So this is fresh start, filling up that cup, feeling good, emotionally, really good. And that's going to feel good, I think. Like that's going to be what's going to be hard about making that decision, because this Ace of Cups feels good. Tell me more about it. High Priestess, Ten of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, this is something you've been fighting for. So understanding the High Priestess to the Ten of Pentacles is like that knowing about what you truly want, you know, as far as your legacy too. This is more too, it has something to do with where you really want to be and what, you know, where do you want your future to be? And the Seven of Wands is standing up for what you want and what you need. That Seven of Wands is key here, I think, because you have been standing up for yourself and you need to. And this is a new beginning because of these energies. I feel like, okay, this is where I'm at here with that Seven of Wands. And I do feel like this does come from something that you're expecting anyway with that High Priestess. And it does feel like it's going to meet some needs with that Ten of Pentacles. But that Seven of Wands is also saying, really stand up for yourself. But I do feel like this is something that will be fulfilling no matter what. But you are expecting it with that High Priestess. So what's the Two of Swords here? We've got the Two of Swords following that Ace of Cups. So what's going to be our, what's this about? Knight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles again. That Ten of Pentacles keeps coming up. It's come up a couple different times. So there is something about reaching a goal with that Ten of Pentacles keeps showing up. And, you know, with all of this energy going on. So I do feel like with the Knight of Wands, you're going to have to make a decision, because is this Knight of Wands going to give you, you know, that next level, and do I go for it? Whatever this is, I feel like there's an offer with that Ace of Cups, and you're deciding of whether you should go for it or not. This also feels a little like work to me with that Ten of Pentacles sitting there, but there's something about, you know, here comes that night. And it's fun because there's a lot of excitement with that night. And the Ten of Pentacles, here's where the decision lies. And do I move forward? Am I going to reach that Ten of Pentacles? And should I continue to move forward? And that's the Chariot, full steam ahead, you know, settle down. That's going to be where you're going to be over the next few days, kind of in that in that energy. I kind of like it because it's really up to you. Now, when we have to make a decision, it's not always easy, but it is up to you. And what is our advice? The Nine of Pentacles. So when I see this Nine of Pentacles, I'm reminded that no matter what decision you make or what you don't do or what you do, this isn't just about realizing, that you're successful, independent, you can do what you need to do. This is understanding what you've accomplished along the way. Again, it's almost like I feel like when this comes up as advice is to not sell yourself short. Don't, you know, understand, like really look at everything you've done. Like this is important when you're going to make a decision, I think. Because if you're not looking at everything you've done and all you've taken care of and all your successes, yeah, you've had your, faults along the way, but this is what you've ultimately gotten out of it. And it's don't sell yourself short. Understand that if this is a job offer or even a love offer or just a new beginning, don't sell yourself short. Know that you deserve because you've worked hard. Now, sometimes when we say I deserve something, be careful what you think you deserve, because then you make a decision and you go, well, I deserve this relationship, and it ends up not being the greatest. Or, you know what, I want to be careful with this relationship because I want more. I want to make sure that I'm in the best possible relationship for myself that's going to bring the best out of me and them. Now, nothing is perfect, right? But this is saying, really take a look at everything you've accomplished and trust yourself, because you've come this far. And yeah, we've all had our ups and downs along the way, but, you know, don't forget about what you've accomplished along the way too. And again, don't sell yourself short. So there you have your reading for today. I hope you liked it. Please hit that thumbs up button. It really does help. Take care. Have a beautiful day.